Hey guys, welcome back. Um, a little bit of a different lighting. I actually turned my other light off, um, just so I don't have it in my face. Um, yep. This is another review. Before we get into that, I'm gonna say that there is a channel update. Actually, a good update this time around. Let me just pull you over. It is a bit later in the day. It is actually like about 9 right now, but um, I got this in the mail today. I wanted to do an unboxing of the mail I got today, but I didn't think it'd be worth it. Um, this is another Iron Fortress Records deal, or at least this is an album I bought from there. I think this was put out by Dark Descent and Invictus, is what it says on the back. This is the new Grave Infestation uh, Carnage Gathers. Grave Infestation. Sorry. I have problems saying some stuff. Um, this is some just heavy hitting death metal as you would expect from something. Um, of course, if it's got Dark Descent on it, it's more than likely going to be good. And it is filled with riffs that really stick with you. I did not get a chance to really spin it more than once before this review, mainly due to the fact that I really needed a day to take care of some stuff around the house. Um, but getting into this album, first thing that really I think drew my attention, and little side note, I actually forgot I ordered this until it came in. But that artwork right there is interesting, and it really kind of sets the tone for the album. It's a very cavernous sounding album. The riffs are an assault on the ears for the most part, and when they slow it down and kind of show a bit more restraint, it really becomes a bit more groovy. If you told me this came right out of the 90s, I would believe you. Um, I think, um, the, uh, the first half was really where it was like, kind of more fast paced. Um, in the second half, while it does have it does have fast moments. That's where it really starts to kind of slow down and kind of give you a moment to breathe. Um, and that's not to say that's not throughout the entire album. Um, the drums as well just hammer down on your ears and really um it it made me want to mosh in my room. I apologize if my fan is too loud for you guys. It's been hot as hell here. Like I said yesterday. um, this kind of has a blackened feel to it at times. Um, Not much though, as it's a more straightforward, straightforward, old school death metal sounding album. The production is, for me at least, it is fitting. It's this murky, kind of grimy sound. Um, what was the? I think it was the title track that really kind of made me go, man, this album kind of feels like um something that um was like, I don't know, a mix of like some early immolation mixed with like maybe a tiny 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 sprinkle of Belphegor, um mixed with like Morbid Angel. um the vocals I felt were perfect. They had that great aggression to them. I apologize. And the other amazing part of this album is um it kind of felt kind of like the perfect counterpart to the album I reviewed yesterday, The Growing Wretch, where rather than an old horror movie from the 80s, you know, it felt more like a newer horror movie. Perhaps, you know, an early 2000s horror movie. Um, I do need more time to spend with this. My one gripe, or my gripes with this album, I have a few. The vocals did feel a little underwhelming in the production. Um, I felt like I could hear the guitars, the bass, the drums more than anything. Um, and um, and as someone who does practice vocals quite a bit, um, you know, I need to be able to hear vocals so I know what is being said. I felt like the guitars and drums kind of overtook everything else. Especially the drums. The drums kind of felt a little overproduced and a little overwhelming. The guitars were just behind the drums in terms of being overwhelming. I apologize. I don't usually film this late. That said, this is not a bad album. This is actually probably one of my favorites that I've gotten out of the probably 20 CDs I have from this year, which, you know, I wish I had more, but, you know, I wasn't really listening to a whole lot of 2025 releases until now. So, for my rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10 graves. Um, it is a very good album. It is overall an album I would highly recommend you get. Um, please check out Infestation if you haven't. This was my introduction, and I do not know if this was actually their debut. Probably should have looked into that. I apologize. Um, Now, for those of you who have stuck for the update, I know I have not been uploading much, and I want to verbally and formally apologize to every single one of you. Um, you guys deserve to know. For years, I've suffered from depression, and at 18, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder, and that really took over my mind. I was constantly in a negative space where I felt very suicidal, um, and that is a very serious thing. I had no energy to even take care of myself. I had no energy to do the basic things. I had laundry piled up for months. I was a disaster, and I felt like I wasn't worth the time or effort or anything. Um, this is, in my channel, is not going anywhere. I would like to call this, rather than you know, the real birth of Lunar Blood Reviews. This is what I would like to say is the rebirth of my channel. I'm starting to find my passion again, and I think I need to work on finding my passion with other things. I'm starting to regain my passion for video games, for certain movies, um, for music. For a long time, music just became kind of a, oh, I need to get this, and this. I want to get what sticks out to me. I have a lot of friends, in general, who have been kind of helping, who have unknowingly gotten me back into music, in certain areas, and kind of rekindled that joy that I got. I want this to be the next chapter for my channel. I'm going to try to see if I can get a nice badass logo. I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my personal life that I would rather not share, as I don't want to bring my personal life onto YouTube. I used to do that, and I realized that is a shitty thing to do, as it sounds attention seeking, and all it does is drive people away, and that is not what I'm here to do. I'm here for all the positivity, and I want to do a very special video for you guys sometime, hopefully in the near future. I do not know when that'll be. I'm going to do more reviews. I actually reached out to a few bands um, on Instagram, and I have a review, I believe, on the 22nd that I'm looking forward to for a mincecore band. I'm also looking forward to the new Crimson Butchery album, which is sorry. I apologize. That was random. Um, I want to review that new Crimson Butchery album coming out on Iron Fortress, which I actually just got the shirt for today. But I want to thank each and every single one of my subscribers for your support. I know that my videos are not the best, and I'm sorry about that. All of you mean more than anything to me, because here for Lunar Blood Reviews, we are a family. And I do not want any negativity here. That said, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and as always, shine on.